to try to adjust my camera stand so you can see. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope to get on today at 11, but I got a call and got busy. So anyway, I'm here now. I apologize for being late. I know I posted on Facebook 11 Pacific Standard Time, but better late than never, right? And I won't let it happen again. So today I wanted to share with you some really great Tonic students. Oh, well. So I'm going to open these up. And then I also thought that it would be fun to use some Rinea foil paper. I've just had the urge. So I pulled some foil paper out from my stash, and it is Rinea. I will have links provided for you for all this stuff down below. I don't know if I have that. I don't even know if I remember where I got the Cartabella paper. This is an older one right here. So I'll have to check that out. But anyway, I will provide links. Just be patient with me, because as I'm uploading, that's when when it gets published. Though I'm live right now, I do publish it later. It will take a few minutes for me to get those links up. So this is the Merry Christmas sign. So this is a nice die size we have here. I'm trying to see myself online in case I have any questions, because obviously I can't see, right up there. Oh, all right. So let's see here. This one is Happy Holidays. This is another one. I just love these little cute things that they come in. So pull these bad boys out. Again, these are from Tonic Studios. They are brand new. I just got them in last week. If you guys haven't seen their new waterfall die, oh my God, it is amazing. I did something with that last week, and sadly though, it's sold out already. So check back and see if they have it back in stock. I'm sure they will soon, right? So as I'm opening these up, let me tell you a little bit about this Rinea foil paper. Rinea foil paper is unique in that the center of it is like a regular piece of paper. So it makes it more durable than regular foil would, right? Because, sometimes you want that metallic-y look to a project or something. But it's hard to use any kind of foil in your scrapbooking, because it tears and it doesn't dye well, and can't even stamp on it usually with it looking good. So, oh good, here I am. I'm pulling myself up. Oop, I gotta turn the voice down though. We don't want to hear me talk. So, anyway, okay, now I can see comments. So anyway, the Rinea foil paper is really good with letting you do whatever you would do on normal paper with the durability, but it also you can do the cool stuff and get the techniques and stuff you want as if you were using foil. And you can keep it clean and simple, or you can rust it, make it more rustic, which is freaking awesome. So I really like it. I do design for them, so I hope to come on more and do more stuff with them. They're a new company, small business. I know the owners. They're really nice, genuine people. They're based out of Texas. They come to Creativation. They're just good people, and I like to throw good people business. So there you go. All right, so anyway, ta-da, finally got it up. So here's the 4 dies we're going to work with today. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to put together the start of a card, and we will add our sentiment and do some fun stuff with this. So I want to take my cutter, put this off to the side, and just cut down some paper on this. I think I'm going to go ahead and first emboss. Yep, I'm going to emboss, and I'm going to use this beautiful blue. This is the Starstruck. It's the embossed. It's gorgeous. I forgot the technical name of it. I'm sorry. I'm really bad about that. really bad. It's like a frosty light blue. It's absolutely stunning. And then my card base. I'm looking for it. Isn't it funny how you have everything organized before you go live, and then once you go live, you can't find it to save your life? Well, I know that I had some. Here they are right in front of my face. Okay, so these card bases are kind of weird. They're leftover from recollections, and they're like 4 by 5.5. So they're not even your typical A2 card size, which makes no sense. But I'm going to use this to measure on. And what I want to do is I'm going to make just kind of a simple card with this. So I want my base on this to be 3.75. I'm just going to measure it down 1/4 inch by 5 1/4. All right, so this is the embossed. There's pretty little stars on it, and that's going to fit perfectly right there. So we're just going to do a simple sentiment on this and some easy embossing with some pretty little snowflakes that are from my stash. We'll add that sentiment to it. It's going to be really pretty. So I'm just using my trusty, over a decade old Cuttlebug. And I was actually thinking I needed to finally go up in the world and get a Sizzix. And then one of my friends yesterday was telling me about the Gemini, and I'm like, ooh, that sounds cool. So I definitely need to move up. I'm still going to keep my little baby Cuttlebug because it's cute and it's my baby, but I need something bigger. All right, so I'm going to use these pretty little snowflake flourishes. Now, you would think that if you run foil through, it's going to break and tear, but it doesn't do that. It's really amazing. You just set it down, you run it through like you would paper. And then voila, there you go. See how pretty that is? See how the ridge is? And it didn't break anywhere. It didn't break or do anything. So I'm going to come back to this because there's something else I want to do on this, but I want to go ahead and cut out my sentiment right now with my new fun little Tonic Studios sentiments, the holiday ones. I'm going to cut all 4 of these. If I don't use them on this project, that's a-okay, because I can go ahead and use them on something else. So I'm going to go ahead and just stack them up. And again. Sorry that my camera's shaking. I'm on a table, but the lighting out here is really so much better than back in my craft room for live. All right, so let's see how this one turned out. Oh my goodness, they're so pretty. I love it. All right, so this one is Dear Santa, and I forgot my little thing that pops out all these little itty bitty dot, you know, the pieces. Of course, I need to get better at this, you guys. This is only really my second time going live, so thank you so much for your patience. If you happen to be watching the playback, you can just fast forward right now. Okay, so we have Dear Santa. How stinking cute is that? And I actually have a little roller that has bristles on it, and you put it on like a sponge backing. I believe Sizzix makes it. It's really wonderful for getting out these little pieces. So, and you can find that at Michael's. Use your 50% off coupon. I think you can get it for between $5 and $10 at the most, and it's well worth it. So there's the Dear Santa sentiment. Isn't that so cute? Look at the detail on that. I love the script font on it. It's beautiful. And let's go ahead and do Season's Greetings. Pull this one out. And then on the other two, I think I'm going to go ahead and die cut those on some Rinea foil paper as well. Yeah, I think I'm gonna. So I'm gonna set that aside because I just got to brainstorm. Now, this is funny, you guys. I'm gonna use the Patriotic Variety Pack that is no longer available with Rinea, this particular pack. They'll bring it back next summer. However, there are papers in here that work for Christmas, the silver and the red, and even you can do blue with the for winter. But for this particular one, I'm going to go ahead and pull out the red, and you can use this. This is a ruby, and you can go ahead and actually, order the ruby. That's available all year round. You can order all of these colors separately. They just put them in a pack for your convenience. They're going to have some ones for Christmas coming out and winter. So definitely check out Rinea foil paper with the link that I provide down below. I would appreciate it if you use that link. And for this, now, when I use the foil paper, when I do dies, I actually like to cut out 2 dies, 2 at a time. And the reason is because this paper cuts so beautifully that it's actually easier to remove from my Cuttlebug if I have folded it over and make 2. Little trick I learned. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and throw this one down and that one down. Then I love how this stuff cuts. It cuts absolutely beautifully. All right. My chair's all squeaky too. Okay. So, look at how gorgeous that is. That's so pretty. So you just have to pop out the little center pieces, and they come out, fairly easy. Fairly easy. And you can either layer it up if you want some extra depth on, or you can go ahead and just separate them out and have two different titles out of this. But what's so cool about it, you guys, is as you can see, I totally just folded that. And paper, if you fold it like that, you won't be able to get that shape back. And with the Rinea foil paper, you can. It doesn't screw it up, so to speak. Like, it doesn't rip unless you really want it to. And it holds its shape really, really nicely. So, there you go. So that's Happy Holidays. And there's 2 die cuts. I just have to separate them out. I'm not separating them out because I don't know if I want to use them separate or if I want to use them together stacked like that. Something else that would be cool, which I might do in just a minute, actually I think I'm going to do in just a minute, is to run Dear Santa through the die cut machine and back it with the black. Yep, that is what I'm gonna do next. I'm just coming up with lots of ideas. Okay, so I'm gonna use this again. I'm creating a card in my head as we go. All right. So I'm going to do Dear Santa. This, like so. Okay, and then I want to go ahead and run something else that will match that that blue card that I had started, the background. I'm usually not this scatterbrained. Maybe I am. I don't know. So this is going to be layered. We'll do that in just a minute. Just got to get those pieces all punched out. Now you actually can use a little remover, the thing I use with the bristles. It's like a rolly brush and a sponge pad. You can use that on this too. That works just fine. You have to be a little bit more careful, but I've been pretty rough with it, and very rarely do I ever tear this foiled paper. Okay, so from here, move my trash off to the side. I'm going to layer it like so. So I'm going to make that black be the definition on this. And I'm just going to take and put some adhesive down. Normally for this process, I do like to use a liquid adhesive, but I didn't bring it out with me naturally. So we're just going to do this, and this will be just fine. So from here, just going to offset it a little bit. So it has like a little bit of a black, just to make it kind of stand out, you know? Look at that. So isn't that pretty for a nice little title? So we're going to use that. I'm going to use that in a minute. Right now I'm going to work on what I originally started before I started chasing rabbits, and that's this. So I want to get a sentiment for this, and I think I am going to use Season's Greetings. So let me go ahead and just... Now, if you don't want to take the time to really have to be gentle and, you know, pull this apart, and yours didn't cut so clean, you can go ahead and just run it through twice. Just don't move your die, and it would be okay. All right, so I'm going to use Season's Greetings on this. And that's what I really love about, and it did, no, I don't think I did. That's what I really love about this foil paper is you can put it on a multitude of projects. I don't like to do the whole thing of a foiled project. That to me is just, it's just not my style. It's a little bit overwhelming. So I like to mix it up and use regular paper or, you know, a different kind of medium in there just to, you know, give some, a break to your eyes. Is that the right term? Break to your eyes. Okay, so here we go. I know this is tedious. Fast forward, friends, fast forward. If you can. Okay, so, all right, so this one is pretty much done. All right, so from here, I want to go ahead and I could either sand this, because you can sand it, that's really pretty. I forgot my sander, that sucks. But, or I'm going to apply Ghost Ink. Now the Ghost Ink on this probably isn't going to show up as much as it will in a darker color, and I'm going to show you that later. So all you do is you just take your ink and you lightly go over it with the ink pad, like so. And the Ghost Ink that I'm using only works with Rinea foil paper. This is a color remover. This is going to remove that beautiful blue, and it's going to have an underlie of the silver. And so you want to heat set it for just a minute, depending on your climate. And then you're going to take a piece of paper towel, or kitchen towel, as they say in the UK, and we're just going to mist it with a little bit of water, and we're just going to remove that ink. And as we remove the ink, it lifts the color. It lifts that blue. And we're going to be left with a beautiful silver underlay. See how lovely that is? Isn't that so pretty? And this is going to make for a really stunning card. All right. So see how pretty that is? All right, so we're going to go ahead and start to adhere our card. And I'm just going to make it super simple. Now, I'm not going to apply my adhesive directly on this paper and the foil paper. And the reason is because I've already abused it pretty good. I put it through and embossed it, and then I heat set it, and I stamped on it, and I rubbed it. So I don't want to abuse it anymore by trying to run my tape runner on it. So I am just going to apply the tape runner directly to my card base, and then from there we're left with that. So let's go ahead and add our sentiment. We're going to amp this up a little bit. I'm going to take something out of here. I'm thinking that one. Let me cut it down. Now, if you have a Zion sticker cutter, that really is going to work best for adhering your little sentiment like this. What I'm going to use is not going to be the best thing, and in fact I might wait. I might just set it up so you can see what I would normally use. I mean, see what the end product will look like. But I am thinking that I need to run my little sentiment through a Zion cutter because all right, and then we can just throw the season's greening on the bottom. I kind of like that it does that. That's kind of cute. And I have a little bag full of some other fun stuff. Yeah, we'll use some of that too, the ribbon. Okay. So you always want to work on your card flat until you are ready to assemble the whole thing and it's pretty much done. And the reason why you want to work on a flat surface is because if you don't, your measurements will be off. that. And I'll just do some spots on here and rub it off later. So we have a cute little season's greetings card, right like that. Like I said, if you have a sticker maker, probably want to do that instead of a tape runner on this. Or if you have a fine tip adhesive pin, I know that Tonic Studio sells some really great card making pins that would probably be fantastic with this. You probably would want to do that. And then just to finish it off, we will do these little cute dots. All right, so there's one card down, and you know, it would have been faster had I not chased a rabbit with the Dear Santa sentiment and got super excited, but I did. So there's one card down. This is your season's greetings card, and I have a couple little spots right there I still need to get, but I'll get those later. So cute. All right, and then the next one we're gonna do is the Dear Santa, and you guys saw me how I did this already. So I want to take in this, I have this cute little Santa sticker. Maybe we can use that. And let me see here. I probably don't want to put it on like a red background because that would be too much. But that's a cute background. That's something. Ooh, I like that green. All right. Okay, so for this one, I want to go ahead and my card base again is that weird funky card base. So I got to deal with that. Go ahead and cut this down. To a 5.5, 5/4, and then I'm actually going to do some punches on this. To make the Santa pop, and I'm going to use some Rinea foiled paper for that, and I'm going to pull out my Haunted Pack. I think I brought it out here. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I won't pull out the Haunted Pack. I guess I didn't pull it out. Okay. Well, I'm going to pull out then from my Patriotic Pack again. It comes in two sizes, a card making size and then a crafter's pack, which is really nice. So if you're not a card maker, then you can get the larger one, and it's about 6 by 12. And then this is the card pack, which is like a 4 by 6. So and you can always, if you're a card maker, you can always get that and cut it down. But this is really handy dandy for those that are not necessarily card maker, or if they're more into mixed media or whatnot. So I'm going to use the red Starburst right now, and I'm just going to take my 2-inch punch, and again I'm going to fold it over and do 2 punches. You could just do 1, but this tends to be really pretty nice and stable on this. And don't ever throw away your bits of foil paper, because you can actually cut them up and use them as confetti and shaker cards because they're gorgeous. All right, so that cut really nice. And so I'm going to place one of these right here, I think, with my little Santa, and then do my Dear Santa sentiment. So let me go ahead and put this on my card. So we've embossed with the Rinea foil paper. We've punched with it. I'm trying to think what else we can do with it. Oh, I can stamp with it. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. That's pretty freaking awesome. It's basically the same concept with the ghost ink. All right, so just gonna take this and lay it down. And I figure out where I want to put everything. Alright, so I want the Dear Santa to go on top with the Santa right here. Yeah, I do. Okay. Alright, once again, if you had a sticker cutter, that would work. I mean, a sticker maker through Zion, that would work wonderful. Or if you have some of Tonic Studios adhesive, that would work really nice with this as well. I have all that, but it's in my craft room and I don't want to get up and waste time to go get it. So I'm just going to use my tape runner for now, and then I will fix it later because this is live. All right. So we're going to place this right here. Okay. So actually that's a little bit off. A little bit off, a little bit off. Didn't do a very good job centering that. Okay. And then we're going to put the Santa Claus right there in that little dot, in that little punch. Sticker. Okay, so there's that. So that's a really fast, easy, kind of spectacular little card with that foil paper. It just really amps it up. And you know what I totally did? Yeah, I did that completely backwards on my side because I did it upside down. Oh, the joys of going live. Oh, all right, you guys. I hope you're laughing at this because goodness knows you should be. The next thing I want to show you real quick is how to stamp with ghost ink on the foil paper. Now, like I said, this ghost ink is a color remover. So what you want to use is in between the layers of the foil paper. It's a silver. There's silver. It's like a white paper, and then there's a silver foiled overlay, and then finally the color rests on that. So when you use the ghost ink to stamp, you really want to pick out a dark foil paper so that your image can show. And because you're going to be left with silver. I do not like to do my images on gold or silver or anything real light because it will not show through. And also the starburst doesn't show through as well as just the straight up glossy. So keep that in mind as you do this. You're going to purple, violet. Violet is beautiful. I think this is called sapphire. This works really well. You'll see what I'm talking about. So this is a color eliminator. And right now I am just going to do one little stamp. This is Rita Bearcat stamp, and it's Delight in the Little Things. So I'm just going to ink up my stamp, and it does go on white, which is nice because you can see it. This is a rubber foam back stamp, so I don't need to worry about stamping it on a foam sheet or craft sheet for a crisp image. All right, so from here, we're going to lay that out. I'm going to dry it. Now, depending on your climate, I live in a dry climate. I'm only going to hit this for about 5 to 10 seconds. All right. Now, if you live in Mississippi or somewhere down in the south, you're going to want to hit that a little bit longer because you're a little bit more humid. Then I'm going to take a piece of paper, a piece of paper towel. I misted it with some water, and I'm just going to go over it like so. And I'm going to remove that beautiful overlay. So the ghost ink actually works as kind of a color eraser, which is cool because once you get this removed, it stays gone. You're not going to worry about smearing your image, any of that. It's just going to be gone. Did that one upside down. All right. So these are just a few things that you can do with your Rinea foil paper and ghost ink. If you want to start off as a, something to get in a starter pack, then you are going to probably want to go ahead with, I don't know if you can see that, but it did remove the color. You're probably going to want to go ahead and start off, I would get a crafter's pack. If you want to get a variety pack with tons of different colors, but you don't want to invest that much, they have a pack called Misfits. I believe it has double the amount of paper, but there's a little bit of imperfections, whether they were cutting it or something went wrong, but it's something you can still use. I use Misfits all the time. So I would go ahead and purchase that. And then I also would pick up a pack of ghost ink too. And that would be a really good start on playing with Rinea foil paper. That probably wouldn't even cost you 20 bucks and you're good to go. So here is cards that we did with the Rinea foil paper and the Tonic Studio die cuts, just a few, just to give you a nice little idea and show you what's coming out with Tonic Studios. Okay, guys, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this live video. Please subscribe if you haven't done so. Share this video if you'd like. And also make sure you check out today's, I uploaded something today. It's really beautiful calico collage digital images I used to make some ATCs that are just lovely. So make sure you go and check those out. And I hope you have a wonderful week. And I'll see you next time. All right. Happy crafting.